I mean, it's their right, okay? It's their right. For party members, I do hope that they follow the party position. Some people say, but Tayebwa, you have just come out of opposition. How come you're the one guiding people to follow party position? I've been an NRM member for 15 years. You want me to be a Mugore for how long? If you have a wife for 15 years, you still call her Mugore Mugore. Which kind of husband are you? I joined NRM in 2010. In 2016, I delivered for it to Hindanos County unopposed. In 2021, I delivered for it over 90%. In 2026, I delivered for it unopposed. 3 terms delivering for the party. And you still call me Mugore. Then you remember and cut it. So, I urge colleagues to really work closely with us. There are many positions that we do have within also Parliament, but also in the party. And then those who think that Parliament is only effective when you are abusing the president, please, the fountain of honor is the fountain of honor for all of us. If we honor him, the country will be honored. So I request all of us not fight over this. And the good thing, yes, and the good thing is NRM has set in a very good precedent on how we move. And if one goes wrong, there are mechanisms of also handling this. So I do hope that inside us as NRM, once we go behind our closed door, we shall have this resolved. Those who cannot enter those closed doors, I don't know how they will, I don't know which route they will take to work it out, but I have a very, very strong conviction that it is the NRM that is going to produce a speaker and a deputy speaker. And I therefore request my colleagues that we all do support the Right Honorable Anita Mong for speaker. And then you also don't forget me. You also don't forget me, because she needs a deputy who can work very closely with her to deliver the mandate of the NRM.
Honorable, what percentage of truth is in what these critics you're talking about, what they are saying? What percentage, according to you, of truth is in their judgment?
No, truth is relative. Okay? Truth is relative. You can even lie to yourself and you think it's the truth. But Parliament has 4 mandates. Legislation. Compare the 11th Parliament with other parliaments. How many laws did we pass? Okay? Representation. Compare and see how many MPs were given a chance to speak on the floor. I can tell you if you check, because we made it our point to look for colleagues who are not even speaking. And we ask, what's wrong? Why are you not speaking for your people? Don't you have issues in your constituency? At least nearly every MP spoke in this house, because we did it deliberately. But also look at the attrition rate. How many MPs returned compared to the past parliament? This parliament, we performed better. So if the parliament was not working, and even the numbers had been more, how come more MPs returned compared to the old parliaments? You look at appropriation, and you see whether we are still having problem. Because when the budget comes and we send it to the committee, we usually look at the major aspects of, does this budget speak to the manifesto of the ruling party? Because the budget must speak to that. Does it speak to Vision 2040? Does it speak to the National Development Plan? Does it speak issues of Omuntu wa wansi? Is it building a resilient economy? Is it focusing on service delivery? We have done that perfectly. And if you want to know whether our appropriation has been going on well, you look at how the vote of the president has increased, because we have finance programs that reach the common person. Now, the other one is oversight. Oversight, we have given the opposition or, the support that they would need to do the oversight mandate. But we also resolved a very critical issue, because the oversight is limited to, especially oversight committees, limited to reports of the Auditor General. When we came to the chair, we found a big issue. When the government would bring a treasury memorandum. Now, a treasury memorandum is the report of government on action taken on recommendations of Parliament as processed from the Auditor General's report. So we had that dilemma of where do you take it? Do you take it back to the Auditor General for auditing? Okay? And then once it goes, then you recycle? Because the auditing process should end somewhere. So now we worked out a mechanism where we pick out these critical issues and send them to the sector committees, so that when they are doing when they are processing ministerial policy statements, the budget framework paper, and the budget, they look at these recommendations. Why should we add you more money if you didn't absorb the one you have? Why should we approve you as an accounting officer when you failed in your duty and the government lost money? Okay? So because of those many things, and then even on auditing, our auditing was not speaking to the actual situation on the ground. Okay? You would meet many agencies saying, no, I have an unqualified opinion. Now, an unqualified opinion, it means that I have been cleared in as far as my work is concerned as an accounting officer. But we found that we were looking at financial audit. Okay? Now we have changed. In order to do our oversight very well, we have also insisted that we must do value for money audit, and the two reports are put together. Otherwise, financial audit was only focusing, looking at your work plan, procurement plans, and seeing how you disbursed money. Did you follow procedures? But now the Auditor General goes much deeper and asks, did we get value for money? And that's where it is. So, but I think what we need to do as Parliament is to interact with Ugandans more, to interact with you more, so that we can explain some of these successes, which will make people understand that indeed we are doing a great thing.
I think we need to get to Uganda briefly,
Hey.
but before you get to you already mentioned, I think you are going to dedicate yourself as the next speaker in 2031.
Should I call it street talk? Was it on social media? It was well. I think what is very, very clear is that NRM has a structured way of handling the office of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker. And the principle under the Commonwealth system, Westminster system, we call it dragging. The Speaker should be dragged to the seat, because that's a very critical position. It shouldn't be just decided the way it is decided. So the practice has been that a Speaker serves 2 terms, the Deputy serves 2 terms, and then they are elevated. Okay? I remember when some people wanted to fight the Right Honourable Anita Mong after the death of the Right Honourable Rani. We made it very clear to them. I was a member of SED. We made it very clear to them that it has been very, very, very clear, precedent after precedent, time after time, how Right Honourable Sekandi became a Speaker, how Right Honourable Kadaga became a Speaker, how Right Honourable Oranya became what? Became a Speaker. So it's a process. I don't need to declare myself a Speaker of 2031. No. I just pray to God to give me good health. If I'm lucky, I get another term as a deputy speaker, and then I leave it to my party to guide the members of the party at that time on the process, which is clearly structured. So I don't need to make any declaration.
Uganda. Pray. Uganda kwa somebody.